I refused to attend my mom's wedding after finding out she's marrying my ex's dad, then discovered they had an affair while my dad was dying of cancer. I, 26F, have been living alone in my apartment since my dad passed away 5 years ago from pancreatic cancer. My relationship with my mom Tamara, 48F, has always been complicated. While dad was the warm, caring parent who came to all my school events and helped with homework, mom was more focused on building her career as a corporate lawyer. She would often miss important events in my life because of work commitments, and our conversations usually revolved around my grades and future career prospects rather than any emotional bonding. When dad was diagnosed with cancer, I expected mom to finally step up and be there for him, but she buried herself even deeper in her work. She claimed we needed the money for his treatment, but dad's insurance covered most of it. I was in my final year of college then, and I had to drop several classes to come home and take care of him because mom was too busy at work. She would come home late, barely spend time with dad, and leave early the next morning. After dad passed away, mom went through a complete transformation. She suddenly started taking vacations, joined various social clubs, and began going on dates. Initially, I was happy for her because dad had always said he wouldn't want her to be alone if something happened to him. She started dressing differently, got a new haircut, and seemed more relaxed than I had ever seen her. Last year, she mentioned she was dating someone named Philip, 52M, a successful businessman who owned several car dealerships across the state. I was busy with my own job as a software developer and didn't pay much attention to her dating life. She never insisted on introducing us, and I never asked about meeting him. In hindsight, I should have been more curious about why she was so hesitant to introduce us. 3 months ago, mom called me, sounding more excited than I had heard her in years. She announced that Philip had proposed during their vacation in Hawaii, and they were planning a December wedding. She talked about how wonderful Philip was, how well he treated her, and how his family was excited to welcome her. I was genuinely happy for her because despite our differences, she deserved to find love again. Everything was fine until last week when mom finally showed me some pictures from their Hawaii trip. She was scrolling through her phone, showing me the proposal pictures, when I saw him, Philip, standing on the beach with his arm around mom. I felt like someone had punched me in the gut. Philip wasn't just any businessman, he was Mike's, 28M, father. Mike and I had dated for 4 years throughout college. We met in freshman year, and everything was perfect. He was charming, ambitious, and our families seemed to approve of the relationship. We had even started discussing marriage in our final year. Mike would often talk about his dad, how close they were, and how Philip had built his business from scratch. I never met Philip back then because he lived in a different city, but I had seen plenty of pictures. The relationship ended devastatingly when I discovered that Mike had been cheating on me with my best friend Emma for over a year. Emma and I had been friends since high school, and she was the one who helped me through my dad's illness. Finding out about their betrayal broke me completely. I had caught them together at Emma's apartment when I went to surprise her on her birthday. The worst part was that many of our mutual friends knew about it but never told me. The breakup sent me into a deep depression. I had lost my dad, and then my boyfriend and best friend betrayed me in the worst possible way. I had to seek therapy and was on antidepressants for almost a year. Mike tried to justify the affair by saying we had grown apart during my dad's illness, and Emma made some excuse about how they couldn't help falling in love. So when I saw Philip in those pictures, everything came rushing back. Mom noticed my reaction and finally admitted that Philip had told her about Mike and me a month after they started dating. She deliberately kept this information from me for almost a year, claiming she didn't think it was relevant since Mike was married and living in a different state. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Not only did she hide this crucial information from me, but she also expected me to attend her wedding where I would have to face Mike, his wife, who might be Emma, and his entire family who probably knew about how he had cheated on me. Many of them had even sent me sympathetic messages after the breakup, saying they were shocked by Mike's behavior. I told Mom I wouldn't be attending the wedding. She immediately got defensive and accused me of trying to ruin her happiness just because my relationship with Mike didn't work out. She said I was being immature and selfish, and that I should be happy that she found someone who makes her feel young again. My younger brother Tom, 24M, sides with Mom. He thinks I'm overreacting because he never liked Mike anyway and doesn't understand why I'm making such a big deal about this. But Tom was away at boarding school when everything happened with Mike and Emma, so he didn't see how badly it affected me. Mom has been calling and texting constantly, saying she won't be able to enjoy her special day without me there. Philip even called to apologize for not being upfront about everything earlier, but in the same breath, he said I should put the past behind me and attend the wedding for Mom's sake. I blocked everyone except Tom and asked him to tell Mom I need space. I don't think I'm being unreasonable here. She knew about this for months and chose to hide it from me. Now they're all trying to emotionally manipulate me into attending this wedding where I'll have to face the people who caused me so much pain. Ida for standing my ground?